Knights of Apollo, it's so cold. Quick, warm me up with your views and your likes. Hurry before it's too late. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well. And welcome back to another 1212 AD siege battle. And this time, yes, we're on a frozen battlefield. It is nighttime. There's snow on the ground. There's snow falling. And there's a pretty nasty gust of wind constantly blowing. So yeah, this would be dreadful to fight in. But it's very cinematic, and you know, just if you're cold, just get some hot cocoa, get a blankie, sit somewhere comfortable, and enjoy the battle. So this is no ordinary 1212 siege battle. Today we're gonna have a sneak peek at a new faction. And who is that new faction? It's the Electorate of TRIER. This is why I love mods, because you know, if Total War made another medieval game, this faction would be too minor for them to put in. So TRIER was one of the 6 elector states that would put a noble into office to be the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. It's one of the older cities in Germany, if not the oldest city in Germany. It dates back to the Roman times in 1st century AD. So very old city, lots of history. And I believe the city was fairly religious. And when I say fairly, I mean very religious. Their coat of arms basically looks, well, it's a cross. It looks very similar to the Republic of Genoa. Also, a lot of soldiers, they've got some symbols. It looks like of a saint of some kind. I'm not too sure. I'm sure somebody knows. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm really excited to show you this faction. We're going to be looking at the militia troop and the elite troops, which are called elector troops. Really fun stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into the battle and begin the siege. Alright guys, here we are on the battlefield, and we're going to go ahead and look at these armies at a pretty slow pace because we are looking at a new faction. Now, if you don't care about the army comps and you just want to get straight to the action, there's a link, or not a link, I'm sorry, there's a time marker on the screen on the bottom left hand where you can see where you can skip ahead. Now, for the rest of us, let's start with the attackers because they are not the new faction. This is the Duchy of Brabant. They have a very typical siege faction here. We got pikes, crossbows, swordsmen, spears, catapults, artillery. We even have some pole arms in the back here. Looks like, yeah, Landwehr, late period Landwehr. So dismounted knights over here with a great pole arm. So yeah, they look really cool, but I don't want to waste too much time looking at a faction that we've seen multiple times. Now let's look at the, well, the city of TRIER here, the Electorate of TRIER. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not, but whatever. But yeah, the first army is like the militia force. So we got TRIER militia crossbows in the front. Again, look how similar they look to the Republic of Genoa. They almost look like Genoese crossbows. But you know, for a militia crossbow unit, they've got some nice equipment. They're well equipped. Very nice. Back over here, we've got TRIER sword infantry. This is a high period. Again, look at the symbols here. Very similar to the Genoese, that red cross. So pretty cool. Back here, we've got more swordsmen. We do have some knights pushing over. This is the Knights of TRIER, late period heavy shock cav. Got the white and red theme going. They've also got their saint symbols, which we don't quite see on these units. Let's see. He's also got some Pavis spears, TRIER Pavis infantry, high period, and then back over here, he's got his catapult, which he's going to use pretty aggressively. He's got militia crossbows in the back. And then over here, we've got more of these spears. And then more over here of the swordsmen. So yeah, TRIER sword infantry. Now these guys look pretty cool, but it's only going to get better with the elite force. We've got the Archbishop Elector of TRIER. This is his general. And again, look at the symbols here of the saint on the shield. They've got it everywhere. So that's the general. If we move over this way, we've got some pikes, Elector pikemen. Again, the weather here is not exactly the best environment for looking at a new faction because it's so dark and misty and snowy, but it's so cinematic and epic, I can't complain. Here's some Pavis, Elector Pavis. So you can see the Elector version of these units are a lot more skilled, a lot more trained. I guess they're there to protect the vote. or the city, essentially. Here's Elector crossbow infantry. So crossbow infantry tells me that they're very versatile in melee. And then we've got the dismounted Elector knights. See, we even got some keys over here that's very popish right there. The crossing keys. And again, another saint here. You know, that's awesome. And they get the moon in the back, which looks great too. It's always a full moon. It's never like half a moon, you know, yeah. Anyways, here's a catapult. And then we've got more dismounted Elector guard. Like, oh my god, look at these guys. This is, okay, I love guard units. They look great. They look fantastic. And then back over here, we do have some crossbows and swordsmen. So I think we can go back to normal speed. We're gonna be here for a while, guys. I'm gonna try to keep up with the pace of the battle. We do have a little bit of a cav charge. Or not really. The cav is just charging out the Knights of Tyr. And just look how cinematic this battle. I mean, the wind, the fog, and the snow. They're gonna go ahead and just kind of slowly march out here. A decent trot. I think they're looking for vulnerable targets. Now that they broke through the spear defense here, they're gonna try to run around and cause havoc here of chasing down, like I said, vulnerable units. But the Duchy of Brabant doing a pretty good job of preventing them from getting any good cav charges. They're going to charge straight into a spear unit, virtually doing nothing to them. And now they're just kind of sitting ducks, and they're getting evaporated by, I believe, some crossbows and archers in the back. So just like that, that was a gutsy move right there by the Knights of Trier. But yeah, it's not going to pay off, and he's going to go back. Unfortunately, there's going to be some pavis waiting for him, enemy pavis, so they're not going to be able to make it home. And he's going to charge these spears. I guess he's just going to like, you know what, you guys failed, so you get to die and try to fight back for your dignity. I don't know. But yeah, they're stuck in melee here against these pavis. So a nice little early engagement. If we head over this way, we actually have a catapult crew that I assume used, or Great Bombard actually, that used all their ammo. So now they're in the front line. We've got this horse just running by like, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm done for today. My master died. I'm not fighting anymore. More pavis just hanging out. Oh wow, did they actually break the spears there? Wow, did that cav unit, or is it, oh, here comes another cav unit. Knights of Trier coming out. I think they're, well, no, we've got now some Brabantian Knights charging forward. So we got a little bit of a cav engagement. This is epic right here, guys, right at the walls of this beautiful settlement as they fight in the frozen wasteland they call home. It's so cold, man. Just looking at this makes me shiver. Makes me want to have some tea and a Snuggie. No, here, God, words are hard today. Knights of Trier, they're pushing over this way. I guess they're gonna harass a little bit of these pole arms, the dismounted knights. No, I don't think he meant to. He's gonna disengage, and now once again, he's having a hard time trying to find vulnerable targets, trying to find a hole in their defense. So well done by the Brabant player, who is just doing a great job of protecting his army, protecting his vulnerable units like the crossbows against the Knights of the Trier. So they're gonna once again break. So that was pretty useless there. And now the ram is slowly getting to the gates. I think the player is just so busy microing against this cav. He doesn't want to, you know, he doesn't want to send any units without paying attention. So he's going to hold them back here. And we're not really seeing a heavy defense here on the walls. And the reason that is because all the towers were destroyed. You can see what's left of the towers, the base of the towers. Now the crew has decided to charge in. And the crossbow fire, he should just hold fire over here. This is a waste of ammo. No need to do that to kill. I mean, it's pretty accurate. He's not really getting a lot of friendly fires. So there they go. They kill the crew. Crew's going to go ahead and escape here. And we've got more spears. So yeah, he's not going to fully commit just yet. Well, here we go. Here we go, guys. Looks like we got siege towers ready to be, yep, sure enough, siege towers pushing to the walls. And the only problem here that I see, that, like, why he needs to fight for the walls, is that the attackers can easily set up their crossbows on the walls and then fire down. Now, you can counter that pretty effectively without fighting for the walls by just putting your crossbows on the ground and firing up. Now, it's not the best situation, but it's better than just letting them have the walls. Or he could just fall back into the inner streets of the city. What is going on? Oh, okay, infantry clash. I was like, another cav charge? Come on, TRIER. But yeah, we've got a little clash here of, I believe, sorted infantry and Pavi's spears. And they are just fighting for this breach point. Oh, and the archer firing at reinforcements. The reinforcements are going to take shelter here behind the pile of rubble and try to just, you know, use that as a shield against, oh my god, that crossbow fire using bolts. So yeah, I know the lighting here is not the greatest, but doesn't it look just so cinematic and glorious? It looks so good. I love it. I don't think I've ever seen a battle this foggy, this snowy, and just this terrifying looking. You know, just how freezing cold it looks. So there they go. They use the ram, and they're going to go ahead and push up more Pavis. We do have a catapult, a defending catapult, going after the archers, lighting them on fire. So, you know what? Who needs the sun? We're going to light up the sky with some fiery balls of justice. Which they do some damage. They do some damage against these Pavis crossbows. And they're going to probably go back to the walls and try to get close to these walls. Stay close to the walls to make it harder for the catapult to fire. More and more swordsmen. Well, no. I'm sorry. I thought more swordsmen from the defenders were charging out. Oh, by the way, guys, I didn't mention this, but you'll notice that TRIER, they have the French symbol, the French faction symbol. Well, that's because they haven't made the symbol for the Electorate of TRIER. So keep that in mind. This is not France. I'm sure you've already assumed that, but just helping those who didn't understand. Like, what? Like, are they part of France? So a nice little brawl over here for the outer walls. I really appreciate that. I really hate it when defenders just kind of tuck away in their defenses and they don't really try to defend the city. Now, obviously, he can't defend everywhere. That's why he's got some troops falling back over here. I think he's fallen back over this roadside. You can see he's got the swordsman unit. I think it's because he'll have the fort tower support in fighting. So that might be a possibility on why he has fallen back over there. But yeah, over in this dead center where the battle's taking place, he's fighting. He's putting up the good fight. So let's go back, get some close-ups here, and enjoy the show. So yeah, apparently this is extremely tactical and has a great finish, which I'm excited about. Now, it is going to be a longer battle, as you can tell, looking at the length of the video. But that's okay. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of music, which is grown men wearing armor, holding shields, and killing each other. It's what we live for, guys. It's what we live for. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. I'm only joking. You know this video will be demonetized. It's like 90% of my videos will be demonetized. And people have discovered that when a video gets demonetized or limited ads, they get these like numbers added to them, like in the code. So these videos carry these numbers even if they are approved. They still have the numbers, which affects how many views the video gets. I'm not really explaining it that well, but you can look it up. Anyways, back to the battle, where you can see the swordsmen have defeated the Pavi spears, and now we've got some Brabantian swordsmen going in and trying to fight the battle. Because obviously swords, they are not going to beat spears are not going to beat swords in close combat. So he's going to throw in a fresh unit of spears. And yeah, it looks like that should be able to do the job, unless they send up more troops. Now, they are moving some militia crossbows into position here. So, oh, beautiful. We got some artillery fire here going after these Pavis. So, you can tell just by the defenders' action what they're most afraid of. They are afraid of the crossbows, and rightfully so, because crossbows are a deadly force. I mean, the Pope banned crossbows from being used on other Christian nations, factions, kingdoms. So yeah, crossbows are deadly, and in this game it's true. Sorry, I'm stuttering there. So they are going to try to use their artillery and take out these crossbows. Now if we head over here, looks like the gate has been conquered, and I think we're seeing a pretty mass retreat from the crossbows over on this side. There was a little bit of fighting here, but nothing too major. It doesn't even look like it was a finished fight. It looks like, yeah, they just retreated here. So, yeah, we have a little standoff here. They're trying to take the gate, which is not fully captured, but pretty soon it will be, and that will give easy access for more troops to pour into the city. They don't have to worry about oil. Now the swordsmen are starting to waver over here against the Duchy of Brabant. They're heavy melee infantry. We do have another infantry ready to go, peeking their heads over this snowy rubble. They don't want to get shot by the crossbows, which he's got. Look at this formation too. Like, imagine this unit stepping up on this hill. They would get evaporated. They would be like Swiss cheese by the amount of crossbows that would lay into them. But they are, look at this, they're breaking. I believe yep, they're getting hit by crossbows. And they are going to push forward before they completely break. Check this out, here they come. Oh, and they get hit by some crossbow fire defending. That was epic. So epic. Now they're going to charge up here. And they're going to fight the good fight, guys. And try to break through another sorted unit. But this sorted unit, very wise by the defenders. Sure, the positioning is not great because they don't have the hill. They're kind of fighting uphill. But it's by doing this, it protects them from archer fire. And this looks so good. This battle is so cinematic. Just like, I love snowy battlefields. They look so great. So yeah, they're fighting the good fight. Now over here, he still has not committed his swordsman. And I'm wondering why he's doing that. Maybe because he wants to focus on specific parts of the battle. He doesn't want to get overwhelmed. And as soon as he puts these swordsmen on the walls, it's going to be open season for the defending crossbows to take out this heavy melee. So that's probably why he's doing that. See, that's where the great tactics are coming in, guys. They don't want to get hit by archer fire. So the crossbows, they're doing what they can. Swordsmen were broken. Nice little stand right here. Look at it. They're standing exactly where they stood. They're like, we will not move an inch. Come and take us off this rubble. You'll never take the city. The great electorate of TRIER. Which I'm pretty sure I'm slaughtering. Alright, so let's go back over here. Not a good situation. Looks like we've got some polearms surrounding, some professional knights surrounded by Brabant. So the defenders getting focused down. It's hard to tell what's going on here because of all the lighting and stuff. But now we've got some swordsmen filling in the gap here, defending the street. The crossbows are really opening fire, but they're going for the crossbows behind the walls. So look at this maneuvering of these crossbows, trying to soften up, trying to get to the weak spots of the defenders, and trying to, well, soften them up. Yeah, I don't know if it's paying off here. Let's see. I don't know, it's an awkward angle for crossbows. Let's see what they can do here. Oh yes, the classic waiting for them to fire. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, oh yeah, look at that. They're getting good hits. Whew, that is brutal. Could you imagine standing in that? And now they are pushing infantry pretty deep in the defense here in the city. And they probably should send up more infantry, which he does have more infantry. He's going to go ahead and fall back some of his units. And I heard some artillery. Not sure if that's defending artillery or attacking artillery. Still trying to take this gate. It's slowly going up. But because of this sword unit, they're making it more difficult for them. Let's head back this way where we've got another fight for the breach point. And the swordsman now taking on some dismounted knights on the battlefield. So this is going to be a pretty worthy opponent for these swordsmen who took on, before this, a depleted unit of Brabantian swordsmen. So yeah, they might break here. I don't know. But this is it. Like, they've got no reserves. I mean, they've got these guys over here, but they're pretty far. Oh, and we got swordsmen in the mix. So yeah, I don't know how long these TRIER sword infantry are going to last here. It doesn't look like for long. Well, their numbers are still pretty healthy, and they are breaking the swordsmen. So there is a chance that they can hold off against this force. And that will be pretty good because, well, they continue to hold the outer gate, at least on this side of the great city of TRIER. Alright, so the swordsmen still have not engaged. We do have a general over here, the Duke of Brabant, not going in. Over on this side, nothing yet. Still capturing the gate. It looks like we got more troops kind of hanging out over here. Again, remember, guys, the attacking player is just one player. So you're not going to see a lot of troops moving at once, a lot of tactics going on at once, because he's got so much to manage. And I think so far, the attacking forces, he's been doing a good job. Oh my God. My screen was pure red there. Now, that was a great volley from the crossbows. I'm pretty sure that came from the attackers, but by doing that, they broke their own men. That's okay. The crossbows will have, once again, a open season over here for the medium crossbow infantry. So, let's see. I mean, they've got to be the ones firing. I assume they're using heavy shots to do more damage, to try to penetrate that armor, which you don't really need to, because crossbows, they penetrate armor. Like, that's what they're known for. And sure enough, look at this, guys. They are starting to break through this breach. We kind of zoom in here, get some epic shots of this engagement. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, they're starting to break through. They might want to send up more swordsmen if they want to continue to hold this position. They do have some crossbows who are breaking and cheering as they run by. Like, yeah, keep it up, men. Protect us as we retreat. No, he's actually going to send them into the fight. Oh, yeah. Brabant is sending in a mighty force to break through this. And oh, look at this. He's got some pavis through a gap. And now they're going to be able to fire. Oh, wait, no, he's just going to charge them in. They're going to go into melee mode. He's going to outflank the defenders. We do have some defending crossbows over here opening fire. So he's got some militia. Really good target, really good angle to the enemy. You can see most of them are up on that hill. Look at that. Does that not look so cool? Seeing all those troops fight up there? That is awesome. Look at the shots here, man. That looks so good. But yeah, they are breaking. Now because they are flanking, they're breaking these units. Maybe sending in the crossbows was an accident. I don't know. Because now they're sending... Oh, no, they're getting charged. They're getting charged by some swordsmen. That makes sense. So they're not done yet, guys. They're able to hold off the dismounted knights. But they got to be careful. They don't want to charge too far. Oh, my God. It's just so chaotic over here. It's hard to tell what's going on. So they continue to hold this great defense. But they are very, very cautious of not moving up on this hill and exposing themselves to the crossbows. Exposing themselves. Okay. Poor choice of words there. But you know what I mean. I think it's still right, you know? Anyways, okay. The way I used the word was still right. The pavis are now marching forward. And they have broken past the defenders. But the defenders are kind of going with this kiting defense. Like kiting with infantry almost, where there's just slowly, you can see just a trail of dead bodies because that's everywhere where they fought. But they're going into a tighter road here. They could easily get outflanked here by using this road. But we'll see how that turns out. The defenders are starting to run low on troops, not super low, but they are taking some pretty heavy casualties. If you look at the numbers are actually still really even. And they've been pretty much even since the very beginning. Only a difference of a few dozen men. Nothing like 1,000 difference or hundreds of difference. So the battle so far, I would say, is very much very close. Now, finally, it looks like he's setting up troops up on the walls and attacking multiple flanks now. He's got some knights going after some dismounted Elector knights. So yeah, little knight v knight battle for this little choke point. And this is good that he's attacking on multiple flanks. Again, what's going on here with this sorted unit? Either he's just, I'm a little confused on what's happening here. I guess he's just, like I said, making it harder for them to take the gate. I don't know. But why doesn't he just send up the crossbows and fire at these guys? It's a little weird. It's a little weird. All right, so once again, the TRIER sword infantry continue to hold. They don't have support of those knights because if you remember earlier, the knights that... Oh, artillery coming down. That's a lot of friendly fire. But they do get a really good hit. Look at that. Oh, my God. Burn. Burn, you bastards. That looks so cool with those knights and the fire on the ground. Oh, my God. That looks awesome. So, yeah, these knights are still holding. And These guys are still holding. It looks like they're losing a lot of militia crossbows to the enemy crossbows, which have used up half of their ammo. And that's another important thing to point out. Here comes another artillery fire. Check this out. Oh, going for the artillery, the defending artillery. They do get one of the machines out. Two of the machines out. Oh, they're using... Oh, I think they're going to hold fire. I think they're going to get it out of here. Get it the heck out of Dodge, because you do not want to lose that artillery. Because that's going to be very costly. Now we've got even more infantry, and we've got some crossbows up here firing from the walls. So they're going to get a great angle to a lot of these defending troops. And again, this is the biggest threat about not defending the walls and giving it up to them, is the fact that, you know, they can use it against you. Take the high ground, which, you know, if Star Wars taught me anything, once you have the high ground, it's over! So now we got the Knights... The Brabantian Knights slowly chopping away at the Elector Knights. I guess they just don't compete against those pole arms. And lots of forces have broken through over here. And sure enough, they took the gate. And now pretty much the outer walls are lost. I would retreat these forces out of here. Like, these brave men have been holding here for a very long time. They deserve to at least live a little bit longer. So I would get these guys out of here, retreat them. Now, maybe it's because they're afraid to retreat them, because if they do that, the crossbows will be able to fire at them as they fall back. That might be a reason. But, you know, they're still holding pretty well over here. The heavy melee infantry has not engaged down here, so they're not going to take on the sworded infantry that's defending this choke point. So they still have it secure. But over on this side, I mean, they could easily get a good flanking fire here. In fact, I think the crossbows are now firing at... Oh, the artillery, though. The artillery taking out some medium crossbow infantry. So I think the medium crossbows are going to be able to fire to the flank of this medium melee infantry. See, they're going to move up here. Try to get some flanky. Which I'm sure they're very excited about, because this defense has been very challenging for the attackers here. But it's okay. Oh, here comes another shot here going after the Knights. They do get some of them there. Oh, nice. Beautiful. That's so epic. Keep moving forward. Fear not the artillery. And there we go. The swordsmen are going to retreat. They're going to quickly get out of there. Quickly get out of there. And I think they're going to go the long way. There we go. And I guess they're going to make their stand right here. Try to avoid the crossbow fire. Oh, there we go. Charging in. So I guess really they have nowhere else to run. They got to defend the flank of the other defenders. And now they're going to engage here and put up the good fight. And just look at the cinematics, man. Just so good. Hold your ground. You are the Knights of TRIER, or the Swordsmen of TRIER. Now the artillery firing looked like it got friendly fire on that side. But there is... Well, they broke... Oh my god, they broke... Are those dismounted Knights? Yeah, dismounted Knights. Well done. They were pretty depleted, though, at that point, so that makes sense. Also, they were getting harassed by artillery, which doesn't make a lot of people happy. You know, I wouldn't be happy if I was getting shot at with fiery balls of justice. I'd be like, oh my god, fiery balls of justice. No way, I'm done. No, they're going to get justice. No, I'm not going to have it. But yeah, we've got a little bit, I think, of a skirmish off over here. The Elector crossbows, which, by the way, I love their shields. They're kind of holding and just harassing some of the defending archers. Trabantian, what is this? Trabantan heavy bow infantry. Let's head back over here. Again, it looks like we got a little bit of a skirmish off, so things are slowing down on this flank and peaking over on this side, where it's getting really, really intense. Let's head back over to this fight, because this is the juiciest part of the battle. So yeah, like I said, guys, very, very tactical fight, very intense fight. It's going by really fast. We've already gone through a good 20 minutes into the battle, and it feels like it's only been like 5 minutes as we watch these units slaughter each other. More and more infantry. Look at these guys. More infantry coming down the hill to join the fray. Just looks so good. I don't know, there's something about this battle that gives me, I don't know, maybe the mod has just reached a point where it feels like a standalone game. Here comes more artillery coming down, going after the defenders way back there. That's so cool. I really wish we could, like, it would be kind of cool to, like, fight as one of the soldiers and just, like, have a first-person view and just kind of look around like that and just seeing the artillery and then going back to the fight. Like, that would be so cool. I know, like, that's a little cheesy for Total War, but, like, having a mechanic like that, because it's really about focusing on the battle. And if you go to the, oh my god, more artillery coming down, trying to break these guys. Ooh. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, I know you want to try to focus on the battle instead of fighting as an individual soldier, but if the battles were slower paced, you could probably get away with that and just quickly, like, transition from commanding from, you know, from a bird's eye view to fighting as an individual soldier, or maybe even giving out commands as the individual soldier, you know, defending the city. I've actually thought about like having a game like that, like where it's like a siege focused, and you defend like a sub commander, and you have specific like units and in different locations where you have to defend, and you defend as a team. Like, that would be really, really cool. Anyways, back over here, we've got, again, a Mexican standoff. Things are quieting down over in the streets. But I assure you, it's like a volcano ready to erupt pretty soon, where we are going to have a clash of a lot of infantry. So let's actually speed it up here a little bit. Again, I want to try to keep up with the pace. I don't want to edit this out because I want you to see everything. More artillery fire coming down, going after the crossbow militia. Swordsman moving over to the flank here. I think he's just kind of setting up his forces. He's got crossbows up on the walls, not opening fire on anyone, though. That's a little surprising. And I think he's moving up more and more crossbows. He's really down to a lot of pikes. Oh my god! The artillery fire going down on the crossbows over on this side, and even breaking the crossbows, destroying. Oh my god, they are getting destroyed over here. Absolutely wrecked by the crossbows and the artillery. The defending artillery firing back. Oh, yeah, he's going. Oh, he destroys his own town there a little bit, which the fire might spread. You would think it wouldn't spread because of the weather. It'd be harder because of the heavy snow and the wind and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see if that fire's. Well, it's spreading. Yeah, it's spreading. So that might hurt their city. But the settlement damage is only at 1%. So, excuse me. So that's not going to do that much. It's not going to affect the morale and the combat effectiveness of the troops too much. Excuse me. As we do have some breaking swordsmen. This is fair game right here. These crossbows are out in the open if he has any cav, which he doesn't. He does not have any cav. I think they didn't waste it, but they used all their cav early on in the beginning of the siege. Do we have a clash of infantry? Nope. Still just waiting over here. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Now we got ourselves a battle. Excuse me. I am recording this pretty early in the morning. So, I do get that morning phlegm, but it's gone now, so we're good. So, yeah, we got a clash of dismounted guard and some pavis. Oh, now we got some pikes moving up. Oh, yeah. Look at these guys. Like, move forward. They would never. Okay. How dangerous that would be, pushing pikes like that behind your ally, behind friendly forces. But that's all right. It's a video game. It works. And now they're pushing. Look at that. It looks epic. Nice little defense here. They're definitely going to need the crossbows. What is this? Oh, some fire arrows. Fire crossbows coming down, trying to light this catapult on fire. Catapult, it looks like they have maybe one shot left in them. They're very, very low. Yep, that's probably the last volley right there. Let's make it count, guys. Let's make it count. Here we go. All right, one of them hit. Oh, and he got 2 hits there, kind of. Not really. Mostly 1. Wasn't that great of a volley, but at least he got something out of it. And ooh, crossbows. A little trade there, a little back and forth. Infantry dying for the defenders and the attackers. And this center pathway is just a kill zone for both parties, both teams here. Now we got more crossbows moving forward. Now that the artillery is starting to run out of ammo for the defenders, it's getting safer and safer for these pavis to be pretty aggressive and use their bolts skirmish down these defending crossbows. Now these crossbows kind of pushing away from those crossbows, using the buildings here to kind of protect them. And now they can focus on the attackers over here. We do have some pikes. This would be a good target to go after. So we got the pikes here that are probably moving up to counter the enemy pikes. And now we have a cav charge. Oh man, look at these knights too. So we do have some cav. Okay, yeah, we do have some cav. And they're going to disengage because obviously the pikes are moving into position. And I think the pikes are going to stay right here just so he can't do another cav charge like that, because the attackers lost a lot of great infantry to that cav charge. Here we go. The pikes are actually falling back, guys. Not sure why. Okay, yeah, he doesn't want. He wants to use the dismounted knights and the pikes as one. Oh god, but the crossbow fire, guys. That's gonna suck. Yeah, I got the moon in the background. The throwing axes coming down, man. That's great. Yeah, the Pavi spears have throwing axes. There we go. Now he's moving his pikes over to the other side. So this is a good opportunity for the cav to charge in once again, which he is. Oh my god, how sick is this? Let's get a nice view of this. Oh yeah, we're right in the front. Here we go, charge. And the pikes are trying to reform here. Oh dude, why didn't you go in? Alright, that's probably because he's pulling back. He's retreating. Because the pikes have returned. So that's a good way of keeping these pikes out of one spot. Oh my god, they lost so many riders there. Look at all the horseless, or the riderless horses. The horseless riders. You mean dismounted? Oh, the artillery. Oh, just smashes through these crossbows as they try to support this infantry fight. And we are down to 40 minutes in the siege battle. So, like I said, it is a long one. Dismounted Elector's Guard. Electorate's Guard. Elector's Guard. Oh, the pikes are breaking. They just took too many casualties. They're gonna fall back. And now here comes some artillery fire. So yeah, it looks like the attackers are going to be able to take this one, defeat the defenses, and now the defenders, it appears that they are falling back to their final stand. Now over here, the yellow player who has the yellow icons, there is a little bit of an infantry, like they're exchanging some words. Look at these guys. Not engaging just yet. They should really just put some crossbows over on this side, which it looks like he is. He's sending over crossbows. So let's fast forward here a bit and see what happens here. So yeah, the blue player, he's going to go ahead and fall back to the inner defenses because he realizes that he doesn't have enough. He just doesn't have enough to take on the attackers over here. It's the crossbow positioning that's really killing him, I think. He is keeping his cav nearby. Maybe he's going to do a little sneaky cav charge on some of the crossbows. But there we go. That's the last of the defenders. But yeah, yellow is still defending the outer regions. Well, wait. Oh, never mind. He's going to fall back here a little bit. Might be sending over some reserves to... Nope. He's going to give it up. So yeah, a complete retreat over here. And we're going to start up the replay once the battle starts. All right, guys, welcome back to the battle. So I made a fairly large cut there, which is good because I don't think you guys would have been too interested in watching that. It was basically, you can see that the defenders have fallen back, which is not surprising. They had troops over here, like kind of defending the streets. He realized that they stood no chance against the large amount of crossbows who still have a decent amount of ammo. So they have fallen back. And ever since then, the armies were just kind of setting up, preparing for the final assault. But a very important thing to note over here is that the two generals have left the city. So I think they're going to try to do some surprise attacks there. So keep a note on these two generals. Now, I don't know if the armies are going to engage here completely yet. It still looks like they're slowly pushing forward. Now, the crossbows for the defenders are outnumbered in terms of enemy crossbows, but it seems like they do have more ammo. So they're going to be able to use that ammo in, a little bit longer compared to the much larger number of crossbows. Now, the attackers, on the other hand, they've lost a lot of great infantry, and it seems like they're mostly down to like pike polearm type units and crossbows. There's a couple good polearm units back here. But yeah, both sides have definitely suffered a lot here. And we're going to see how this plays out. Again, I'm keeping a mental note on these generals. This is going to be really fun to see how this plays out. Now, the only problem here is that if this gate is captured, they're not going to be able to charge back in. So they can't lose that gate. That would be disaster. Now the crossbows moving even further up. So like I said, guys, this is kind of how it's been the last like 10, 20 minutes. Both teams just trying to strategically set up some nice angles, essentially, to soften up the defenses. The defenders are doing the best they can to avoid archer fire. Look at this little stand right here. That looks pretty cool. So yeah, they're doing the best they can to, you know, avoid that crossbow fire. And oh, here we go. Here we go. So now we can go back to normal speed. We got some pikes moving forward. Some medium pike infantry, which is a good move. But the thing about pikes is that they're very weak to crossbow fire. So what I would have done is just fallen back the heavy spear infantry, let the crossbows get a clear shot of these pikes, and take them out. Just take them out. But you know, they've got a pretty good angle up here, so I think they're gonna do fine. More crossbows moving forward. I love it. They're using their shields here to kind of as a defense. Are they gonna charge in? Are these crossbows charging in? What are they doing? I don't know, but these spears are getting chewed up by the pikes. They need to continue to put crossbow support there. Let's see what else is going on. Nothing over on this side. Still just crossbows firing at the defending forces, trying to soften them up. The arrow towers back here, they are giving some nice supporting fire, which is good. It's definitely going to help the attackers, but it's not going to do too much alone. But it is nice to have that extra support. Alright, so now we got some extra swordsmen moving up. But they really, really need to take out these crossbows. And they should probably focus fire now that their unit is breaking. No harm in killing them in friendly fire, because they're already broken. Here we go. Come on. I want to see a bunch of bolts come down from those crossbows. Come on now. Oh, look at those swordsmen, though. The swordsmen look fresh. That looks good. Oh, the artillery coming down on the crossbows. Attacking artillery still has some juice left in their artillery. And there we go. There we go. There goes the bolts. So they're down to 57, but the pikes are still fairly healthy, and they are still encouraged, still pushing forward. Now, the attackers, it may seem like... Oh, wait. Did they kill the general? Oh, my God. Wait. I think so. Yes, they killed the general, and we completely missed it. Dang it. I'm so bad. I'm like, guys, keep a mental note here. And then sure enough, I don't even keep a mental note. But yeah, basically he charged around, surprised the general, killed him. So nice aggressive play there by the Archbishop. And actually, they're both Archbishop generals. So good play there by the general, bodyguards, and general doing a fantastic job. Now we've got Cav charging in the rear of the catapults. Not a big deal right there. If they were full of ammo, this would be huge. But since they pretty much spent all their ammo, it's not a tragic loss for the attackers. So the defenders kind of have the attackers surrounded here a little bit. So that's going to make the attackers be aggressive, because they don't have time to sit around. They're getting harassed by enemy Cav. Very good move there. Very great tactical move. Love that kind of stuff. But yeah, the medium pike infantry once again harassing some spears. Now we got some swordsmen charging in. Oh my God. Downhill charge into some pikes. Not a great engagement there. They got to get some crossbow support over here and help these guys. Back here, the crossbows. What are they firing at? Let's see. At nothing. So he's holding on to his ammo over here. Wait, no. Are they firing? I heard someone firing. They might as well take out the enemy crossbows. There they go. They're reloading. So yeah, I assume they're going after these guys. Looks like these crossbows are going after the pikes, which sure enough, they broke the pikes over here pretty effectively. That's the thing about pikes. Like, they're not too hard to take out, because if you just have a decent number of crossbows, you can take them out pretty effectively. But yeah, now we have the generals falling back. I assume he's just trying to keep the defenders or the attackers on their toes. Now, I think the attackers would be ready for a rear cav charge, so that's probably why they're falling back. and they're going to try to attack at a different location. So I love the fact that the men defending this are like, where's the generals going? Why do they leave us in a time of need? But then they get reports that the enemy general is dead because their generals did a sneak attack. Fantastic. The mission was so secret that they couldn't even tell their own men. They just had to go and do it. Do it. But yeah, the TRIER Pavis heavy infantry reforming at the top of this hill. They did charge down some swordsmen who are cleaning up some of the Pavis spears for Brabant. And now they're going to move on to the next Pavis. Look at that. There's no stopping these guys. So here's the good news. These crossbows are open to attack. Yeah, they're open to attack. So if they could try to get their generals back into the city, maybe use them aggressively that way. This general's still staying in the corner, so maybe he's not giving up on the flanking charge. We'll see how that plays out. But I really like that play, that aggressive play with the generals. That's so cool. Haven't really seen that too often. Usually people keep generals near the defense to keep their men inspired. But, you know, why not use your general aggressively to take out vulnerable targets that's not paying attention? So, unfortunately, at this point, all the artillery is spent. No more artillery fire for these guys. Yeah, so let's head back here. Crossbows still trying to get some good shots. I don't know, these crossbows are making weird patterns here. They're moving around, strange pathfinding, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They're getting close, though. And, yeah, it seems like it's down to just crossbows. So I think that's what it is. I mean, at this point, the attackers are pretty much only down to crossbows. So they got to use every bolt wisely. They've got to use every shot, make every shot count, essentially. The swords, unfortunately, are breaking for, what are these? The TRIER sword infantry. They're breaking, and now it's really down to these spears. We do have a lot of infantry over on this flank. We even have some crossbows who are kind of they're going to sally out here and harass some of the defending infantry, which, by the way, the defenders have to be on their toes now, too, because they have to worry about flanking cab charges. So I don't think they know where the generals are. Oh, wait, is this general getting shot at? I think he was. Yeah, he's taking fire. So he's going back to the city here, going back to the defense in the moonlight. That's cool. So yeah, they're gonna fall back this way, it looks like. And here comes the infantry for the attackers, pushing forward, going after the Pavis infantry. And the crossbows running low on ammo, guys, so pretty soon they're gonna have to use them as infantry. I mean, they still have a decent number of professional infantry back here, but it's not a ton. And also, remember, guys, they've got to use their infantry as a defensive unit. We've got Cav just lurking in the streets, waiting for a vulnerable target. Very great patience from the defenders. Now the pikes, once again, causing issues for these Pavis. It's a good way to counter Pavis with pikes. But again, pikes are very weak to archer fire, so we'll see how this one plays out. They might have to send over some reinforcements. I think they are sending up some crossbows this way to kind of fire down. It's not a great angle. Let's see, where are these guys going? I don't know. I think they're just getting a little bit more on the flank. And look at all the crossbows, man. They're all massing over in this area. I don't know what they're doing. All right. Oh, we got. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't lose these generals. So both generals coming around this way. Again, out of sight, I assume the attacking player cannot see the units moving around in the streets over here. Again, I don't know for sure. So if the attackers cannot see the general movement, then maybe the generals can pull off another game-changing charge. But yeah, they definitely... Okay, good. They've got extra reinforcements. Again, staying in Testudo against the crossbow fire. Oh, look at that Testudo! That was so cool. Barely anyone... I think one poor soul died there. There they go. Slowly marching forward. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. That looks awesome. March forward! That's so good. So we're down to the last 20 minutes of this battle. And I still, excuse me, that morning phlegm is coming back. I still don't know who's gonna take this one. It's gonna come down to those generals. If the attackers can kill these generals, easy. Like, they'll take this settlement. But if these generals continue to cause havoc in the attacking lines, and you can see the attackers are kind of massing up their forces in one area, which is good for the defenders because all they have to focus on is one area instead of stretching out their lines or stretching out their defenses. And the reason they're massing up in one area is because the Cav is making them clump up so he can defend all of his flanks, which he's doing right here. Look at that. He's so afraid. He's defending all these streets, letting his crossbows try to do all the heavy lifting, which pretty soon, guys, they're going to be out of ammo. They're not going to have enough ammo to deal with this mess. So it's looking better for the defenders at this point. I think it's looking really good. So more archer fire coming down. They're trying to take out the militia crossbows. These guys still have a little less than half their ammo, so they're still going to have a decent number of ammo to continue to harass. We do have some breaking over here. Nice, the pikes are breaking for Brabant. Swordsman now going in, breaking that testudo formation. So nice little stand here. Crossbows are really dangerously low on ammo. And we've got even more spearmen. Nice Elector Pavis getting into testudo very wisely to protect themselves against that crossbow fire. We got crossbows in the back here. Wait, no, those are the same units that were... Okay, it's like, is something happening in the back? These breaking units were fighting in the front lines. That's what was going on. So yeah, the defenders have all day. Like, this is completely... Like, I feel like the defenders are... They are the one controlling the battle because of the generals on the flank. They are just waiting. They're waiting for these units to fully engage into this melee. And it's a battle of attrition. And there's plenty. Look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of reserve forces that they can send over. It doesn't look good for the attackers because they have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of reserve forces or like infantry, and they're using them to defend their flank against the Cav. What they could do is just push everyone forward and just defend this region here and then this region right here, so that would take up, you know, less choke points they have to worry about. But we'll see how this plays out. Again, this is completely a battle of attrition, and he's now sending in his crossbows to fight this infantry. Let's look at the numbers. Still really close, extremely close. Swordsman now charging down. We got a huge push over here from the attacker. Look at this. Look at this. I think they're going for the win right here, guys. They're going to try to take it. They're going to try to take it. They're going to surprise and then smash the flank of these guys pushing in. Now we got even more crossbows pushing forward. Lots and lots of more crossbows. Now I think they're getting really aggressive here of the defenders because they want the attackers to commit their infantry into the fight so they could harass them with their cav on the flanks. But the attackers don't really go for it. I mean, they're setting up... Oh, there they go. They are setting up some infantry units. Let's see. Okay, they're... Well... Yeah, they're setting up some spears, some pikes. Look at, they're clumping up over here. This is pretty good for the defending archers. They can really focus down their fire on these crossbows, which they are. You can hear the bolts just whizzing by right now. Pretty terrifying sound if you hear that during a battle. So a great sword flank here from some sworded infantry. The wall of spears still doing a fine job of holding. And I think they're now going to fall back because they don't want to charge into these pikes. So pretty good move from the attackers using his pikes like this. There we go. Now he's going to push him forward. So this is the last pike unit for the attackers. He's got to take this out. Got to take out this unit with his crossbows. And he's running low. He's starting to run low on ammo. So you've got to be very selective on your targets here. And I think this is the highest threat, these pikes. Take out these pikes, the game is going to go smoothly for you. If you don't, it could be a challenge. But let's not forget, there's also some Elector pike infantry in the back here, which you could use to counter the pikes. So, yeah, they still have plenty of reserves. Oh, here we go. The pikes are now moving forward. Look at all the dead over here. This is an insane amount of death. Push! Push, man! I love the cinematics of this fight. All right, where's the generals? Oh, okay, so both generals now on this side. They could recap this, which they are. Look at that. They're like sharks, just waiting to just attack, waiting for their enemy to put their guard down. Or just honestly waiting until the battle where they don't have a choice and they have to put their guard down. Yeah, but the pikes are definitely improving the situation for the attackers. And I think they might want to commit the reserve pikes over here into the fight just to counter the attacking pikes. God, it's just a frozen wasteland, man. In this kind of weather, you want to fight just to get warm, you know? God, this is like water turning, like just freezing instantly. Like hot water freezing instantly when you throw it into the sky. Alright, so, ooh, some braking going on in the back line. Some crossbows falling back here a little bit. I think he's going to try to use what's left of their ammo before, you know, obviously charging them into melee. Oh, you hold, pikes. You hold. These, or I'm sorry, spears. These pikes are doing a pretty good job. Like I said. Ooh, there's some braking going on. Where are the reinforcements? God, get these guys in there. Get them in there. I guess he's worried about the enemy archers. And there they go. They're falling even further up on this hill. So guys, this is going to be, I feel like this is going to be a photo finish. It's going to be really close. And they've pretty much conquered this little capture point. And the general now going this way. So they're just keeping them out of sight. Oh, look at this. They're pushing forward. They might go for the kill. They might try to take out a general over here. I doubt he'll be able to, but those crossbows should be in range. Let's see. Now's the time you got to fire. You're not going to get a better opportunity. See, sure enough, he's moving his cav. He's going to get him out of there. Do one volley. One volley. Come on. I'm rooting for you, attackers. You can do this. You could take out this general. It doesn't look like it. It seems like they're too far away. And he was a little too slow there in trying to take him out. And now, oh, look at this. The defenses are thinning over here. But I know they've got a lot of reserves to fill in the ranks. So there's a little bit of a fight here. Crossbows pushing forward, breaking some of the spears. We got another spear unit here breaking. This entire flank is breaking. Where is their reserves? They've got to send up more. They've got swordsmen. Oh, this is not good. The defenders, I don't know. It's hard because I want the attackers to spread out their assault and attack multiple flanks because they got nothing defending over here. But if they do that, they'll be open to cav charges by the generals. So it's really, really difficult situation for them. Let's head back here. We got the pikes. Pikes doing everything they can. And the men are breaking. This outer defense is crumbling, guys. Get extra troops over here. And sure enough, the blue player is going to get some troops over towards this front line. But this defense is completely open. This choke point, I don't know if the attackers know that, though. I think they just have no vision. They can't see it. You need a vision. The pikes, the spears in a pretty solid formation. There we go. Some swordsmen charging in as well. Fresh legs. These guys have not seen any combat. They're tier 3. They're very cold, and they want to get into the thick of it so they can warm up. Now we've got some spears moving forward. Look at these guys. So awesome. Oh, I got the moonlight over here. Dancing in the moonlight, everybody. All right, here comes the spears. Put them down. There we go. And that's going to be a great counter to the enemy spears. Now, there are some crossbows who still have some ammo that are going to try to focus down those spears, but it's not a lot. So you're going to lose some men, but it's not going to be a big deal. So we're still at a little bit of a Mexican standoff here. Both forces trying to regroup a bit, trying to collect themselves and trying to reform their lines. The crossbows are pushing forward on this side. He's got some swords ready to defend, ready to hold. More crossbows moving up as well. Swords are pushing in. Spears are pushing in. Where are the generals? The generals are still flirting with disaster over here, flirting in the streets, lurking in the streets, ready to charge in. But again, the attackers will not give up on their flanks. They will not give it up. That is crazy. The presence of just 2 generals. Wow, that was pretty cool. The presence of 2 generals making it very, very difficult for these attacking forces. There we go. They break the crossbows. Look at it. This has just been a bloodbath for this one area. We are down to the last 8 minutes of this battle replay, and I still can't decide who's going to win this one. In fact, it looks like it's slightly in favor of the attackers, because we're seeing a lot of breaking over here. Look at the numbers. Oh yeah, they're great. They're outnumbered by 400 men, but here's the thing. They're outnumbered, but it's mostly crossbows that are consisting in the attacking army. So, yeah, this is going to be down to the wire. Look at this. Here comes the general. The generals are moving in. This could be the final kill, the final move, the nail in the coffin. Let's see how much damage they can do here. They are going for the crossbows. There they go. They're going to charge in. Let's get a nice cinematic view of this. Oh my God, look at this. So great. So they're going to charge right in, smack those crossbows around. Then we got the other general who's going after the flanking crossbows. And now some infantry coming back this way, but these guys are moving way too slow. He needs to break phalanx formation charge in, if you can. Maybe you can't do it with that unit. But they need to quickly break these crossbows. They are not going to be able to break them. Well, they break one of them. They might return, but they don't break both of them. And there we go, harassing the back lines and making it very difficult for the attacking player to focus on one thing, which is attacking the defenses. Now, after that beautiful cav charge, it's still pretty much a difference of about 400 men. Swordsmen doing some pretty good damage over here. Insane amount of fighting. Alright, so yeah, infantry coming back to the main fight. Generals are breaking away. They lost a couple units there, but that was a pretty good cav charge, taking out some of their infantry, which is now just the crossbows. This is it, guys. Look at this. All the forces massed up right here, all grouped up right here. And I think if the generals were not alive, the attackers could potentially win this one, because they have so much infantry. In fact, I would try to sneak some infantry over. I think, okay, so in this critical moment, I would try to sneak over infantry around this way. Imagine one unit of infantry coming around. You would break these guys so quickly. It's risky because the generals are out, looking for kills. And here we go. No, he's going to fully charge in. I think he's going to get all of his infantry that's weak to cav charges pretty much behind this Landwehr, which is a polearm, which is great at defending his... Oh, look at this. Look at this. They're not going to be able to get this crossbow unit out of there in time. Nice. Nice charge. Where's the other general? Now they're going to move on to the spears, try to get them off the battlefield. Very, very good cav play right here. Unfortunately, the pikes are starting to break for the attackers. That was a major unit for them. They're virtually just running down to... They're running out of troops, and it's going to come down to crossbows. And, oh, he's broken through. There's a gap in the defense. Where's the other general, though? This is a good... Both generals are at the flank. Oh, no. Don't charge your general into that. This is huge. Come on. He's got to move these crossbows. This general needs to fall back around and support the flank of his army, which he is. You can see the path right here. He's going to fall back, get them out of there. But these crossbows, they're now breaking through and might cause a chain rout. This is going to be such a close battle, guys. It's going to come down to whether or not these crossbows have the strength to break this elite infantry. And so far, it's not looking like it is going to happen. I don't know. The pikes are defending the flank of his spears. These swordsmen might break. This is a pretty good unit to go after. Fighting by these Roman ruins. Which kind of makes sense, right? Because it's a Roman. It was built by the Romans. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with the crossbows. Why is he not charging them into the sword? He could break these swordsmen. But here comes the general now. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're trying to set up a trap for the general. I don't know, but there's the charge. It's getting really framey. General charging in. Now's the chance to close in with the rest of your infantry. General's going to try to pull out of there and charge the other unit. I don't know. The general is surrounded. It's all about if they can kill this general. If they can kill the general, he is losing a lot of bodyguard here. He's down to 30. But here comes some extra support here. Here comes the other general. This is a tale of two generals. Lovers fighting for the right to love. Now they're just good friends. Really good friends. All right, here comes another cav charge. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to try to save his allies' general. And, oh, the swordsmen are breaking over here. The swordsmen are breaking. The frame rate is getting worse and worse. I don't know why. But we are down to the wire. And now the pikes are going to move in. Now that they've got the flanking force dealt with. I don't know why he didn't try to break this sword a little bit harder while he had the pike or the crossbows flanked around. But that's all right. They do break. And now they're going to try to charge the pikes before they can set up, which they do. But they are just crossbows. And they got a healthy unit of Landwehr. Oh my god, guys. This is so close. And they just can't seem to break these crossbows. It looks like the attackers might just take this one after all. They've got to get through these pikes so the pikes could rack up a lot of kills. Smart move by the attackers by not fully engaging. He's going to move around this way. Look how cool this is, this battlefield. He's going to move around the pikes and try to join the fight against the generals. General breaking unit back here. He's going to go ahead and get another charge, but this is bad news right here. The Landwehr, they are going to be excellent at killing generals. And now the crossbows are falling, or I'm sorry, the pikes are they're moving back, resetting up here. The generals are in trouble, though. This general might die here. The tier 2 general. Let's see. These generals putting up a great fight against these pole arms. They're losing. They're down to 17 men. The other general is down to 38 men. There we go. The pole arms are now in close combat, close range of the Archbishop Elector of TRIER. TRIER! Oh, he's still fighting, though. What a champion. Here comes some pikes, though, closing in, trying to support the generals. Oh, my God. Let's see. The general. Look at this champion, man. He's down to 10 men. He fights on. He fights on. The other general is disengaging. Oh, and the crossbows are trying to chase down these pikes. And there we go. One of the generals are breaking. And that might cause these swordsmen to break. Now the spears are breaking over this way. And it's looking very, very grim for the defenders. My God. My God. Defenders pushing up their cav, trying to break these crossbows. It's really down to this archbishop. It's all down to one general, and he's going to have to take on halberds. It doesn't look good. It's up to these pikes. The pikes also have to take out the halberds. They've got to get moving. If he could form like a square, a box with one pike unit, that would be huge. Now we've got some spears who return from routing. They're going to go back into the fight. Let's get rid of the hut. Oh, no, we got to see what's going on. General, oh, charged into some polearms. General has fallen. Both generals have fallen. Defending generals are now gone. It looks like Brabant is going to take this one. There's 12 seconds left in this battle replay. And sure enough, the rest of the forces are breaking. And this is going to be a victory for the attackers. So defenders don't always win, guys. Don't always win. And what a finish. What a great, valiant defeat. A great tactical siege battle that was long, really entertaining the entire time. Just so much fun. So this is a great preview of the new faction. Let's end the replay and look at the results here. So this was sent in by, I believe, Arzen Fox. I never get his name right. Azarin Fox, Arzarin, it's Azarin. Why would I say R? Azarin Fox. Anyways, it was sent in by him, I believe, or is Grim. I'm not sure. I need to look at them. But all these guys, you've seen all these names before. They're all great guys playing together. They get some fantastic replays in 12-12 AD. So the defenders did very well, extremely well. They just didn't have enough. I mean, I can't really. What could they have done better? I don't know. Like, it seems like they just did well. Also, Gearhawk did excellent. He was out microed because he was playing against 2 players. He couldn't micro as much. He had a much larger army to manage, and he did an excellent job of doing so and protecting his flank against those pesky generals from the Electorate of TRIER. Now, again, it says the Kingdom of France, but that's just because it's a preview. It's not fully fleshed out. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, share, and of course, subscribe for more epic medieval siege battles. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.